Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stitching and Tea with B. My name is Barbara, and this is my Flosstube channel. Here is where I talk about my love of counted cross stitch and the enjoyment of drinking exceptionally good tea. I love sharing all of that with you. If this is your first time seeing me, you are welcome here. Everyone's welcome. I hope that you'll stick around for the entire video, and I hope that you'll like it enough to maybe hit that subscribe button and that little bell for notifications so you don't miss when I upload my next video. I upload once a month, and that's my standard, okay? I want to say a really warm welcome to my sweet little honeybees, and you guys are my returning viewers, and I'm so happy that you come back to see me every time I upload a video. Very, very special to me, and I thank you for coming to see me again. Okay, is everybody all right? How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? I'm doing okay. So before we get into it, I wanted to say I am filming at a different time. You'll notice my lighting is a little different, and it is evening, and everyone is home. And so life is lifing in my house, and everybody knows that I'm filming, but you may hear a thing or two, okay? And we're just going to roll with it because everybody's got something going on in their house, okay? Okay, so fall autumn has arrived. However, it is feeling more like winter here in Southern California. It is about 49 degrees. It's 7:30 in the evening, and on November the 18th. And this is not as cold as we're going to get. Now, I know, lots of you out there are experiencing all kinds of winter-like conditions, snow and this and that. Okay, this is Southern California. So weather's a big deal for us. And when it switches up, we get a little funny because, it's sunshine, baby. We always have sun. So today we didn't get any. And I actually prefer it this way. And I think that I like it because I know that, the sun will come out tomorrow kind of thing, right? I'm not going to be in rainy weather for the whole time. I don't know what it is about a certain age of people who seem to be really interested in weather. I was reading an email from Jody from Satsuma Street, and she mentioned that she was at an age where weather was interesting to her, and she came out with her new temperature chart, which I think is really pretty. I've done a temperature chart before, and I feel like, I don't need to do that again because my weather's going to be the same. All right, let us move ahead. I will say this to you. So we'll be discussing October stitches, right? So I have a few things that I want to share with you. For the month of November, things are going to be a little bit different. I have a focus piece because you see I'm trying to finish up that Put a Bird on Its Cell that I'm in with the Sunshine Stitchers. I've got a bit of a ways to go. So I felt like I needed to give that to November because the cell is terminating in December, and I want to be finished prior to that. And we'll discuss why I want to finish that in my next video. All right, so onward we go. I received my Needle Minder of the Month Club box from Fat Quarter Shop and Flamingo Toes. The November selection is called Blue Willow Pumpkin. I hope that's not blowing out too much. Blue Willow Pumpkin. Very, very cute. Very cute. These are the colors in it. Here. Pretty, pretty. So we've got some different shades of blue and a little bit of pink here, some ecru, and then of course the red for the bow. Oh, it looks better here. Yeah. Well, here's the star of the show. Cute little needle minder. You see her? Isn't that so cute? I'll be honest with you, I haven't started this one yet. As I said, I've been really concentrating on my Put a Bird on it so I could get that finished. So I'm going to work on her on the weekend. I'm feeling like, well, you know what I was going to do? I'll show you here. It is charted to stitch all of this in the background here in ecru. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I think that I'm going to put her on white or antique white if I can find a piece, and only stitch the color. So I will stitch the blue, I'll stitch the outline, and I'll stitch the bow, and of course the stem. I don't think that's going to take me very long. I don't really want to make it this color right here. I don't want to make it ecru. I want to show you something though. I do have some blue willow. I have some reproduction blue willow, and then I have an original blue willow. Start with the reproduction. This is a set that my dad bought me, and in it I have I have all the dinnerware. Well, I should say I had it because I did donate it because I wasn't using it. It's just sitting in my closet. So I kept some cups and saucers, and of course I kept the teapot and the sugar and creamer and a few of the bread and butter plates so I could have, a biscuit, a cupcake, or a piece of cake or whatever on there. But this is my reproduction blue willow from my daddy-o. Let's see. Bear with me with the light. My daughter was kind enough to set up her lights in my, what is that? Okay. To set up her lights, her studio lights in my room. And so that's how I'm able to film at night. And I wanted to, kind of have more options, especially going into winter, because it's going to be dark, with the clouds and all from the rains. Anyway, here is my real blue willow. This is from my grandmother on my daddy's side. And so I have a set of this. This is a saucer. I only keep out a few pieces of it. I have a beautiful bowl in this pattern that I bring out this time of year. And I put oranges in it. I love blue with orange. I think it is so, so pretty. So this is one of the originals. And while this background is not stark white, it's not ecru either. It's more of an antique white. So that's why I thought I would do that. And I think that that's going to be pretty. And I think that's going to be a really quick stitch for me. At least that's what my hope is. Okay, let's move on to giveaway winners. Okay. I'm going to do all of them here rather than sprinkle them out. And yeah. Okay, so there were 5. Should I talk about that too? Yes. Before I get on to this month's giveaway, last month's giveaway, I still haven't heard from Sarah Embody or Embody 6335. Sarah Embody, you won the summer mosaic from Shaded Stitchery. So you'll need to contact me. So it's already been a month. And if Sarah doesn't contact me before I do my next video, I will draw another winner. That's only fair. Okay? So Sarah, I'm Body 6335. You won the Shaded Stitchery summer mosaic. All right. And you will use the email address in the drop-down box below in the description box. Okay? All right. For this time, we had 5 charts to give away. They were Halloween or autumn themed. And the first one was Ye Old Crow. And that is going to Mamgus_attic. Mamgus_attic. You won the Ye Old Crow. Okay. Again, just use the email address in the drop-down box below, and you will need to send me your name and your mailing address so that I can get that out to you. This next one, oh gosh, You know what? I'm going to need to take this out of the plastic so it won't have such a glare. This one, the flying lesson was number 2, and that goes to Margaret Kinney, 186. And if you are Margaret Kinney, 186, this belongs to you, and I'll need you to give me your address. Congratulations. I need to put this back right now, otherwise, you know what could happen. Things get all a jumble. This next one, number 3, is Be Spooky from Darling and Whimsy Designs. And this one is going to Ella Brewer, 8070. Ella Brewer, 8070. If that is you, contact me using the email address in the drop-down box, and I will get this out to you just as soon as I can. Congratulations, Ella Brewer, 8070. This next one, take it out too. Was number 4. This is Halloween by Jardin Privé, and this one goes to Bonnie Sheffer, 3154. If you are Bonnie Sheffer, I hope I'm saying that right, 3154, go ahead and give me a contact using the email address in the drop-down box below. And I will get that out to you just as soon as I can. Congratulations. And lastly is number 5, which was Halloween Alphabet from Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this is going to Sugar Plum Stitcher. Isn't that a cute name? Sugar Plum Stitcher, this is your prize. So you'll need to contact me with the email address in the drop-down box below. All of you winners, congratulations. All right, so I will have another giveaway. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay. My table is clear. Let me show you what I've been stitching for the month of October. Okay, let me show you what I stitched on for the month of October. And I am going to start with the October Needle Minder of the Month Club selection. And that one is called Groovy Ghost. She's so cute. I stitched Groovy Ghost on 16 count Bashful Aida cloth from Picture This Plus. So cute. This was a fun stitch. My original plan was to stitch Gigi or Girl Ghost on a piece of white cloth and just do the outline and her eyes and put the color in and not stitch the white, use white threads at all. But I didn't like the way that looked. So I ended up with this, and I really like the way it turned out. Let me pull it up closer so you can see that cute little needle minder. Flamingo toes. I tell you what, they do such a fine job with their needle minders. My Gigi lived in this project bag here. Isn't it cute? I picked this up on Etsy. This is a little smaller than the other project bags that I have, but I really liked it for Gigi. And the maker of this bag, I believe, is Sweet Creations. I will have her linked in the description box below. And very nice bag. Yeah, I like it. So while we're here with Gigi, we're going to do a little giveaway because I like to give away my Needle Minder of the Month Club charts because I'm not going to stitch this again. In this, you get 2 charts, one for embroidery and the other one for cross stitch. So if you would like to be in the draw for Groovy Ghost, and you'll just get the chart, no floss, no needle minder, just a chart, I'll put the number 1 in your comment. And for the drawings, you have to be 18 years or older so I can get your mailing address. I will send it anywhere. And put the number 1 in your comment and don't add any words like win or prize or anything like that because we don't want to attract the trolls. And while we are here, I am going to do another giveaway. And that one is for the September Needle Minder of the Month Club selection, and it is apple picking. So if you want to be in the draw for apple picking, you're going to put the number 2 in your comment. You can sign up for both. You can enter for both, but you can only win one. And again, I will send this anywhere, and just put the number 2 for apple picking and number 1 for Groovy Ghost. Okay? All right. So that was the only thing that I had finished. So for the month of October is Nuri, the designer of Shaded Stitchery. It's her birthday month. And so she had a really cute, fun birthday sale. And each week, it was all month long. And each week we got a different prompt. I don't remember what the prompts are. I'm just going to show you what I stitched. And these 2 of them are starts. Okay, the first one is Stay Cozy by Sweet Wing Studio. And just so many cute little fall goodies in this one, right? So Stay Cozy, and it is here. So cute. You know, I could fold this back here. Well, then you're going to miss a part of the C. No biggie. Stay Cozy is stitched on 16 count Touch of Peach from Witchelt. I'm using the called for threads, and I use 2 threads over 1. Okay, cute little needle minder. Again, all of my needle minders will be listed below where I got them. Not linked, but listed in case you're interested. So there's still a lot left to do on Cozy, right? So it is a start, and that's all that it was. So I think I'm off to a good start. I really wanted to get up here and get this teacup in, but I had other things I needed to do. So onward I pressed. And my Stay Cozy lives in this project bag that I got from my friend Corinne. Also will be linked and listed below, and she sells on Etsy as well under Layla P Creations. These are my favorite bags. When I put this little candy corn zipper pull on there too. Isn't that cute? So cute. I love the size of this one. Yep. Excuse me. I love the size of this one because you can put a Q-snap in, and all your needles, your threads, whatever you need will all fit in this one. Very, very nice. Nice job, Corinne. I love your bags. Okay, let me put this away because if you don't, stuff runs away from you. Okay, the next one is also a start, and it is Murder in the Pumpkin Patch from Lola Crow. So cute. Now I have quite smitten with Lola Crow because she uses crows. And if you've been here for a minute, you know that I'm a really big fan of crows. And these are very cute. I failed to mention the last time I talked about this, the ghost chickens, which crack me up. They're ghost chickens. So cute. Anyway, that was a start for me also, and this is what I did on it. So I got this, first let me tell you, Murder in the Pumpkin Patch is stitched on 16 count Mirage from Picture This Plus using the call for threads, and I did sub out 2. I subbed out 310 and 848 for 2 colors from Cosmo. And I do believe, and I can't remember why I made that substitution, but I think that instead of using just jet black for the crows, I think I used Cosmo's blue black. And because they're not so black. They have other colors in them, and I liked that. So let's see. Is Mirage? Yes, Mirage is the called for color. I am using Aida cloth, although the designer here, or the Model Stitcher used linen. We are using the same color. And again, I'm using all the called for DMC with the exception of 2. And so, what did I do? I'm starting on the barn. It's a case of eat your vegetables first. The barn was my actual least favorite. Now, I love it all. Don't get me wrong. I do. I love it all. But this right here is what she came for. This whole pumpkin scarecrow looking situation. I love that. And then look at this. Look at this crow. He has taken the lid off of the jack-o'-lantern. And look at how she's charted that. It looks like it's actually glowing. I love that. All the pumpkins in the centers look like they have a little glow. So here, let me pull this up a little closer so you can see it. Again, my needle minder. This one says, crows before bros. Support your local murder. That's so funny. Anyway, so I put in one of the, I guess that's a bat, isn't it? And I worked in this section here to get this patch of pumpkins in, stack of pumpkins. I got my skull and crossbones, and the beginning of the barn has begun. Look at that needle, that hoop needle. Look at that hoop. I didn't iron anything, and that's okay because I usually do. You know, with Picture This Plus fabric, it's so drapey that I really didn't think it was going to show so much. But you know, the camera, it just has a way of picking up everything, doesn't it? Anyway, I really like this. I'm sad to have to put it away. I'm actually sad to have to put any of my October stitches away, but I have other things I need to do. And when I start to do my plans for 2026, I'm going to put my Halloween and autumn things into rotation because I'd like to have a couple of finishes for 2026, this being one of them. And I think that's reasonable. It's not such a big stitch. Look at this fabric. Ugh, isn't that good though? It's perfect for this. And so I'm happy that I was able to find a piece of that in Aida cloth. Because, you know, I don't stitch on linen. It's just not my thing. Anywho, moving right along. Wait. Look at, she's got the patches of dirt underneath the corn. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is very exciting. I love this one. Okay, I'm sorry. Moving right along. I got carried away. Okay. Murder in the pumpkin patch lives in this bag that says Halloween with this little ghosty that I picked up a couple years ago from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a floppy little bag. Not my favorite, but, you know, it's holding the project, and that's what we want. Okay. Moving right along. I have another. Okay, those were starts. Now I'm going to go into WIPS. And again, this is for Nuri's birthday. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. And so I do remember that one of the prompts was to work on, I think it was one of her designs. I don't remember, really, I don't. But anyway, what I did was I worked on Summer Mosaic. Yes, it was October, but it was still 90-somebody degrees in my neighborhood. So it worked for me. And what I did on this time, oh, you know what? This is a whip. So let me show you where I was when I started. Okay, and now let me show you where I got to. So I made a little bit of progress on here, right? I put in the rest of this, the outline, and I worked on this snow cone, hot air balloon, whatever you want to call it, or just geometric shape. I love it. This is so fun and satisfying. This is not going away. I am going to keep this out. I deemed it my comfort stitch. You know, if I'm getting a little anxious and I just want to put a few stitches in something, I'm going to pull this out and work on it. I think the colors are so cheerful, and they're going to be fantastic in the winter months, you know, when we have those dreary days or overcast gray and what have you. I think that this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing to pull out on those days. Look at the colors in this. Oh, she does such a fantastic job. Now, this is stitched on 16 count platinum by Zweigart, and I'm using the called for threads, which are all DMC, and I'm stitching with 2 threads over 1 Aida square. Yep. The needle minder is made by me. Don't be impressed. It was an earring. I ripped the back off of it and stuck a magnet there, and that's how I got that. It's cute. It's definitely cute. Here, and sparkly. I love stuff that sparkles. Can't really see that, but it sparkles. All right, moving right along. The next one is also a whip, and this one is, oh, you know what? Let me open the book. It's from Teresa Kogut. It's called Vintage Cats, and I'm stitching Vintage Cat number 2, which is this joker right here. Isn't it cute? I'm not going to fold my book back. I'll bring it over here so it's not so distracting. But yes, I'm working on this guy right here. I love his little hat and this little collar here. So cute. All right. This is a whip, so let me show you where I was when I started working on it, or the last time you saw it. And now let me show you where I got to. Got a little work done on him. Lay down nicely. Okay, there we go. So it looks like he has on shorts. Yeah, shorts. You know, we wear short, never mind, you know, there I go. So anyway, this is all done in, it's all DMC, right? The call for, let me see. There's some Weeks Dye Works in here as well. And that's what I'm using it on 16 count pumpkin from Fiber on a Whim, using the call for threads, which are DMC and Weeks Dye Works. Very cute. Needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. They do a good job with their needle minders too. Look at the eyes. So expressive. So anyway, this is where I got to. It's still plenty to be done. Lots of 310. So I am going to, here, let me get back to the page. I am going to enjoy this and take my time. You see, I still have to get his little haunches in there and the rest of his legs in, and then work on this fantastic bit here. This is what I'm most excited about. So I decided to start with the, this part first. I think this one is cute too, but his teeth bugged me, so I didn't want to do that. I'm just now noticing that this one is winking too. Very cute. I love vintage Halloween and Christmas, and I think Teresa Kogut and my next one from Tiny Modernist, I think they do a fantastic job with vintage, the vintage holidays. I would love to do a flip through of this book for you, because just the artwork alone that Teresa Kogut has included in this book is worth the price. It's so nice. And I plan to stitch many, many more things from Hello Halloween, including this. I really, really want to stitch this, because this is what I bought the book for. I hadn't seen the inside. And yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely stitching this. I have not started it nor kitted it, but it is on my list. So cute. Let's see what the back looks like. Not a lot going on back there. Anyway, really, really fun book. So this is Vintage Cats, and I'm doing Vintage Cat number 2, and that's by Teresa Kogut. So cute. And I started this for Laura's birthday in October, and it was Laura Stitching by the Shore. She wanted us to stitch something that had a pumpkin on it or was pumpkin themed, and my fabric is called pumpkin. So that's how I handled that prompt. Anyway, that's going to be cute when it's finished. Yep. All right. Moving right along. Oh, I didn't show you this. Speaking of vintage, my vintage cat lives in this project bag. So cute, isn't it? Look at the little felted heart. Now this one is by So Much to Love, also on Etsy, and I will list or link it below. I must be tired. This is so cute too, right? It's vintage. When I saw this, I knew I had to have it. Y'all remember these things from, well, I'm probably way older than all of you, but yeah, this right here. Yep, this is a Boo meringue. I remember my grandmother had something like that. Yep. And these are just so cute. The little icons. I just sat down when this came in the mail. I just sat down and went through and looked at each little icon and read all the little things. This says, "Oh, bats." Look at the candy corn bat. So cute. Anyway, I will list and link this in the description box below if you are interested. So cute. Again, a little smaller size, but it's good. It's good for what I need it for. Let's take a look at the inside. The others you could see. Yeah, I know it says trick or treats in there. The pattern's in there, so I'm not gonna get into that too much. But so cute. All right, let's move on. The last WIP that I have to show you is the Haunted Cuckoo Clock from Tiny Modernist. Another one who has such a good grasp of vintage. So when I saw this, what caught my eye first was the face of the clock. Reminded me of something from a long time ago. And then, excuse me, the fabric. I loved the fabric. It was a mystery sal, so we only got it piece by piece, right? And the first part of it was the clock face, which, just really floated my boat because I like a center start, especially on a piece large like this. So let me show you where I was the last time I worked on it, which was last year. Show you where I was, and now let me show you what I did. Not a lot, because this was my last day of the month stitch. So this was my Halloween work. So I filled in more of the clock here. As you can see, the clock face. As you can see, I still have a bit to go. And then I can add in, this is black around here, add in the black around here, and then go ahead and start adding in the numerals. So this will go into rotation too. And I will be stitching on that in 2026 as well. You know what? Look at this fabric. Oh, let me tell you about it. It is 16 count mocha parchment webs from Fabric Flair, and I'm using the called for DMC. And I have a note on my notes that says that I'm using Classic Colorworks Blackbird. And I guess that I switched that out. I thought I was using DMC for that. Maybe I'm not. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's black. Okay? So there you go. Cute pattern. And I love the fabric. Fabric Flair tends to be a little bit stiff. And I worked on another piece of another stitch where I used fabric flare, and I kept it folded, and I'm having trouble getting that crease out. So I put this on a scroll rod. It is very cumbersome. So I'm thinking I need to get a stand of some sort because, I use a magnifying lamp. So I'm holding this, and I have to try and balance it and all. So I'm thinking I might need to get a stand for it, make things a little easier for me. Anyway, needle minder is actually Teresa Kogut. Can you see that one? Let's see if I can get it up close. Ooh. Look at that watermark on there. Don't you love it? I love the fabric. And, so I can see here that it was framed, large enough to where you can actually see the fabric behind it. I think that's great. I'm going to do that too. This looks like, just a regular, I can go down to Michael's and pick up frame. That should be fun. Well, that's it for my stitching. Okay, that's what I did for October. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I worked on a couple of other things that I'm not willing to share just yet. And mostly put a bird on it. That has been my ribbon, my theme throughout all of my stitching since we started the sale. And I still managed to be behind, but it is what it is. All right, so stitching is done. Check that off my list. You know what that means. It's tea time. Okay, join me over there. Okay, I am back and I have tea. And we are going to revisit a tea house that I've talked to you about in the past. In fact, it was the tea house that I used to kick off my Flosstube videos, Flosstube number 1, where I talked about a tea called Breakfast in Paris, and that is Magic Hour. So I've been buying tea from Magic Hour for a number of years. I really like the company. I like their integrity. I like that when they say that their ingredients are going to do something, that's exactly what they do. The majority of their teas are herbal, and I appreciate that too. It is a wellness type of a vibe that Gina puts into her teas. Excuse me. And I appreciate that so much. As I'm getting older, I actually appreciate herbal teas a lot more than I used to. So this one that I'm going to talk about today is called Queen of the Harvest. And I purchased the apothecary bottle or jar, and this looks black to you, but it is actually a deep, deep purple. And why that's important is because it keeps the tea safe from light, which will slow down oxidation. Now, if you have a lot of tea that you're kind of filtering through, this is extremely important because there's a lot of tea in here, and you probably wouldn't get to that. Get through that very quickly. So it's nice to have it safe. And additionally, the top has, it can be used as a measure. Ooh, I open that up and that smells divine. It can be used as a measure if you don't have a tea scoop. You just pour the tea in here. It's loose leaf. And then you pour it into your cup or your tea bag that you're going to be steeping it in. So that's why I like these jars. Let's get into the tea. This is, like I said, is called Queen of the Harvest. It is an herbal tea. It is a rooibos base, which is a red bush tea, not a traditional tea leaf from the Camellia sinensis plant, and that's okay. But this is delicious. Sometimes they interchange with honey bush, which I do believe is a whole different bush, but it comes from Africa, and it is caffeine-free, naturally caffeine-free, and it is naturally sweet. So sweetening it is your choice. And sometimes I will, with this particular blend, I will put in a little bit of coconut sugar because it adds a little bit of a brown sugar vein in there, and I really like that. The ingredients here we have, I didn't tell you, Queen of the Harvest is a pumpkin spice blend. Now hear me out. It's not cloying pumpkin. It's not fake pumpkin. It's a smooth, rich, luxurious, like sultry pumpkin, right? It's It's a soft pumpkin. It's a pumpkin whisper. If you like pumpkin, you will love this. I have to say this too. Even if you don't like pumpkin, I believe you will like this. Another thing I like about Magic Hour is that you can get sample sizes. It's a small little sample size. I think they run $10, $11, something like that. And I think you get, 7, 8, 9 cups of tea from that. So that's really a good deal. It's a good way for you to try the tea before you commit to one of the larger jars. But the ingredients in this one is rooibos base, like I said, and it has ashwagandha, ginger, and cinnamon. Magic Hour will use all organic ingredients. Okay, so that's organic cinnamon, organic ashwagandha, organic ginger. You get the idea. So if you know, I'm a pumpkin spice girly, and I used to go to the store over there and drive through and get my little pumpkin spice drink, but I don't do that anymore. If you go to the Magic Hour website, Gina has a pumpkin spice latte recipe over there for you, and it is free. You just search Queen of the Harvest, I guess, and then up it pops. And so it's a wealth of information over there too. You know, I always encourage you to do your own research on the things that I tell you, because it's nice for you to know for yourself, right? So let me tell you a little bit about that. I did not bring my glasses, so I had to pull my notes up over here. So we know with ashwagandha, it's good for quieting or calming stress and anxiety, right? So that's a plus. Oh, let me say this too. Because it is naturally caffeine free, this can be enjoyed any time of day or night by anybody, right? There's nothing in here that is going to hurt anyone, unless, of course, there's an allergy. All right. So rooibos, we talked about, ashwagandha, ginger, you know, is an anti-inflammatory. It's also good for digestion, aids in digestion. So this is a good one for after dinner, right? So it helps to reduce inflammation. What else can I tell you? The ashwagandha is good for cognitive function. These are just good herbs that work together synergistically, and they taste delicious. Again, sweeten it or not. I've never had this cold, but, you know, you could do that too. Whatever you would like. So today I made a full pot of it and in my little teapot, and I'm going to enjoy it with you in my harvest cup and saucer set. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this cup and saucer set. Let me turn the cup around so that you can see the beautiful inside. Isn't that lovely? And I picked this up from Simpson and Vale. They have a whole line of teaware over there and reasonably priced and just absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea because I'm feeling a little parched. Can you hear my voice? It's a little parched. So let's go ahead and pour some out. This one is actually warm. Normally with you all, I take my tea and it's room temperature, but I brewed it up just not too long ago, so it's still got a little bit of warmth to it. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip and tell you how I like it. All right, cheers. Well, that feels nice going down. Queen of the Harvest is not new to me. I've had this for a number of years, and I've given it as gifts because it is a fantastic tea, perfect for this time of year, right? So I've got my cinnamon candle going. I got my ambiance glowing back here, and I've got this light in my face. And when I'm done here, of course, I'm going to shut that light down and enjoy my room with the candle lights and all. So this is a perfect, what is it? The end of a perfect day. It's smooth. It's mellow. It's very relaxing. I don't know that I do anything to enhance this. Again, like I said, sometimes I would add a little bit of coconut sugar, but the rooibos tea is actually sweet enough. It's actually sweet enough. So good. Yes, that that is lovely. Ooh, hit my mic. So that's very good tea. Okay, well, I hope that you will try this one. I do. And know this, any time of the day or night for your rooibos tea. Caffeine-free, anti-inflammatory, relaxing, very nice indeed. It's a beautiful tea. Okay, well, thank you for enjoying a cup of tea with me, and I really do hope that you'll give this one a try. I really do. I think you're gonna like it. Okay, thank you. Okay, we have come to the end of our time together. Yep, all good things must come to an end. Thank you so much for visiting me today. I hope that you got inspired by something that I said or shared. I hope that if you are not a subscriber, that you will consider becoming a subscriber, one of my sweet little honeybees. And the way to do that is just to click the subscribe button and go ahead and ring that bell for notifications so you know the next time I upload a video. Costs you nothing, but means the world to me. It also tells YouTube, hey, this one's all right. Somebody else needs to check her out. I truly appreciate it. And if I'm not your cup of tea, no problem. Scroll on because there are so many other wonderful Flosstube accounts to explore. So the next time I see you will be Jingle Ball. We didn't talk much about the Jingle Ball, but it is just around the corner and tickets are still available so that you can go and pick those up. Classes are still available in PDF form. There may be some kit classes available. I didn't check, but I have a link down below where you can go and check for yourself. So if you're not familiar with Jingle Ball, it is a virtual event, an online retreat, and it is a lot of fun. There are classes to take. There are meet and greets with different designers. That's my favorite part. There's entertainment, there's music, and there's community building too, because they have stitching tables and they're themed, you guys. And some of the names of these tables are just so cute. Just worth every dime that you're going to spend on this. An inexpensive little retreat that you take from the comfort of your own home. And you can be as interactive as you would like. You can be anonymous or you can be out there loud and proud. It is up to you. So that's coming up. Also coming up is a holiday. And if you are one who celebrates the holiday, I wish you all the best with that. We want to be mindful of the people who may not see the holidays as joyous, because this is a time can create some sadness for some. It doesn't matter if they're all dressed up and polished and looking good. Everybody has a little something that they're dealing with. So now is the time to be really kind and considerate. I heard a pastor say once, it's nice to be nice, and I couldn't agree more, especially in these times, right? We want to be considerate of others. Yep, very important. So I'm going to wrap this up. I am going to have some more of this yummy tea because it has been sitting here, and I smell that wonderful scent of cinnamon and the spices that are making it so pumpkiny. I'm going to take a sip right here for you. It is stone cold, but that's okay. It tastes just fine to me. I do hope you try this one. Oh, that's good, you guys. I'm going to heat it up and have it hot. Going to go kick my feet up and enjoy the rest of my tea and the rest of my evening. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of November, and I look forward to seeing you in December. Might be something special coming up in December. I don't know. We have to see. But I will see you in December. Okay? And until that time, take good care, stay safe, and you go and do what you got to do, because I'm going to go do what I got to do. And I'll be talking to you. Okay? Bye for now.